Hello, my name is Brianna, your digital presenter for today's event. Before we dive into the exciting and informative content we've prepared for you, here's a quick disclaimer. I'm actually an artificial intelligence AI, designed and programmed to assist with sharing valuable knowledge and resources. I am here to provide evidence-based, up-to-date information and guidance, and will share real stories from my colleagues at FND. Here at FND, we value honesty and transparency in all our interactions. The Family Network on Disabilities believes that incredible technological advancements, such as AI, can significantly enhance our ability to provide families with the resources, support, and information they need. All the information in this training comes from the dedicated team of experts at FND. They have years of experience, a rich understanding, and, most importantly, a deep passion for supporting families like yours. Welcome to our presentation. We're glad you are here. Before we begin, I'd like to share a little bit about Family Network on Disabilities. Family Network on Disabilities started in 1985 by a group of parents of children with disabilities who came together looking for mutual support. FND is a grassroots organization for persons with disabilities and their families that is family-centered and family-driven. What makes FND unique is that the majority of our board members, our management staff, and program staff are either individuals with experience with a disability or have family members with a disability, which gives us the perspective of empathy and compassion for the work that we do. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization helping families across the state. We're funded in part by the U.S. Department of Education and the U.S. Department of Health through the Health Resources Services Administration. We use all that funding to provide information, resources, support, and training to families, educators, professionals, and providers throughout the state. We do not charge for our services. At this time, we would like to make a disclaimer that we at FND are not attorneys, doctors, or mental health professionals. We do not offer legal or medical advice in our workshops. We are happy to support you with information, resources, and support. We use research-based information in our training and materials. Today, we'll discuss parents as change agents. This is segment 404. So, let's get started. Let's kick off our journey into becoming change agents and figuring out where we can make a difference. We'll start with a few key areas. Launching into action, which is all about getting things moving. Then we'll talk about how support groups form. We'll delve into speaking up for system change. And finally, we'll touch on the power of peer mentoring. Speaking up for yourself and your child is crucial to making change happen, but it can be difficult to know where to start. Here are some ways to increase your parent championing and make a difference. First, starting a support group, either virtual or in person, brings parents together, lets families share experiences, and builds a solid community. We'll give you tips on how to kickstart your own support group, whether online or offline. Speaking up for system change is where the real big picture action happens. So, we'll do this at different levels, county, state, and federal, and explain why each is vital. You'll learn how to do it right, from researching the issues, crafting clear messages, building relationships with policymakers, and rallying support. Teaching others through peer mentorship is a powerful way to spread knowledge. Peer mentors provide guidance, practical advice, and that much-needed support. We'll show you how to be a great mentor, from honing your mentoring skills, connecting with others, to sharing experiences and know-how. So, think about how you will use your ability. Will you start a support group? Will you become a mentor? Your efforts will have a real impact on people with disabilities and their families. With the right tools, your voice will become a positive force for change. You face unique challenges with fellow parents who understand raising a child with a disability. They offer insights and resources. These parents are champions too, making a difference for children with disabilities. Imagine feeling understood and supported in a community. Learning happens through shared experiences. You're not alone. These bonds give you strength. Together in this community, you're not just facing challenges, you're unlocking the strength of unity and collective determination, creating a brighter path for you and your child. All right, let's break down the world of support groups. Whether in person or virtual, these groups can be a real game changer. First, let's talk about the differences between in-person and virtual support groups. In-person groups meet up physically at a variety of locations, such as a community center or a local spot. On the other hand, virtual groups gather online, so you can chill in your comfiest spot. Accessibility matters, too. In-person groups might face some limits based on where they meet, but virtual groups are a global party approachable to anyone with an internet connection. Now, size. Due to space, in-person groups can have a guest list, while virtual groups can invite as many as they want. In-person groups allow for face-to-face chats, while virtual ones rely on technology. You're catching up with a friend over coffee versus a video call. Tech comes into play. Virtual groups need gadgets and the internet, while in-person ones, not so much. It's all about what tools you're comfortable using. And then there's flexibility. Virtual groups can adapt their schedules more easily, while in-person ones might be tied to a specific spot's availability. Distractions could be an issue with virtual groups. You might have a bit of background noise or tech hiccups, while in-person ones might be more focused. Virtual groups offer a cozy corner where you can open up with a dash of anonymity, but in-person groups give you that face-to-face connection that some folks thrive on. What about activities? Well, in-person groups can provide some hands-on fun, while virtual ones might have some limitations in that department. Lastly, group vibes. In-person and virtual groups have their own dynamics. Some find it easier to bond in person, while others really vibe with the honesty that virtual conversations can bring. So, whether you're leaning towards in-person or virtual support groups, know that they're all about connecting, sharing, and growing together. They're your go-to crew for facing challenges and celebrating victories. So go ahead, explore both options, and find what clicks best for you. Let's consider starting a virtual support group. First, you've got to pick the right platform. Go for something that's user-friendly and approachable for everyone. Think Zoom, Google Meet, or Microsoft Teams. They're all pretty popular. Next, give your group a clear purpose and goals. Who is in your group? What kind of support or information are you offering? Be crystal clear about it. Now, let's round up your troops. Reach out to potential members on social media, through local disability groups and other parent networks. A catchy flyer or a social media post can work wonders. And don't forget to lock in a regular meeting schedule. You want it to be convenient, so pick a day and time that works for most, whether weekly or monthly. Now, let's set some ground rules. Establish guidelines for the group's communication, from respectful chats to how everyone can pitch in. And the agenda. Before each meeting, plan out what's on the menu. What topics are you chewing on? What activities or resources are you sharing? And of course, don't forget the schedule. Oh, here's a cool one. Invite guest speakers. You will add a pinch of expertise to your recipe for positive change. As the facilitator, your job is to create a warm, welcoming vibe. Make sure everyone gets their turn to speak and keep the conversation focused on your group's goals. Regularly ask for feedback for a health check for your group. See what's working and what could use a little tweaking to make it even better. And share resources. Apart from the meetings, offer resources that folks can use daily. Share websites, articles, and info about local services. So there you go, your recipe for a strong virtual support group. It's all about connection, empowerment, and making a difference in the lives of parents and families. You've got this. Now, let's discuss starting an in-person support group for parents of children with disabilities. Would you like some tips on how to get it rolling? First, let's pick a spot. Find a place that's comfy and approachable for everyone. Think community centers, libraries, or even local places of worship. It's got to be a space where everyone feels at home. Similar to in-person, you would define your group's mission. Get crystal clear about your goals, the kind of support you're offering, and what topics you'll dive into. Reach out to potential members through social media, disability organizations, or other parent networks. You could even create a catchy flyer or a social media post to spread the word. Again, set up a regular meetup schedule. Whether it's once a week or once a month, pick a day and time that suits everyone. Consistency is key. Now, setting some rules is essential. Establish guidelines for respectful chats, keeping confidentiality in check, and explaining how everyone can get involved. Don't forget the agenda. Plan out the topics for each meeting, jot down any activities or resources to share, and keep things on track time-wise. You're the host, so create a cozy vibe. As the facilitator, make sure everyone feels welcome, everyone gets their say, and you're keeping things focused on your group's goals. Activities can really spice things up. Think about fun stuff like bringing in guest speakers, arranging social events, or even group outings. It's all about building a tight-knit community. And spread the knowledge. Share resources that can help outside of your meetings. Websites, articles, local services info. It's like handing out tools for the journey. Last but not least, let's celebrate those wins. Whether small victories or significant accomplishments, pat each other on the back. It's like building an excellent web of support and connection. So there you have it, your recipe for an amazing in-person support group. It's all about creating a space where parents can lean on each other, learn, and celebrate the journey together. You've got this. Systems change is like shaking up the way things work to bring positive effects for those with disabilities. And it's not a one-person job. We're talking about building solid networks that team up with policymakers, agencies, and stakeholders. These partnerships are like our secret weapons in making change happen. Next, we've got to get our message across loud and clear. Crafting messages that really hit the mark is key. Think simple, direct, and powerful. We want everyone to understand why change is needed and how it's going to help individuals with disabilities. Now, let's rally the troops. Mobilizing support means getting everyone on board: individuals, families, organizations, and entire communities. The more voices, the louder the message gets. And you know what? Tools are like our superheroes. We're talking social media, petitions, legislative visits, and community events. These tools have some serious muscle when it comes to driving systems change. All this might be challenging, but it's a must. Changing systems means changing lives. And with the right strategies, tools, and allies, we can make waves in policies and practices. We're talking support for all. It's about making a real difference that counts. Volunteering with local disability organizations and nonprofits is fantastic for showing your support. You're not just lending a hand, but making a meaningful difference that counts. Now, picture this: teaming up with local schools. You could be running workshops and training for teachers and staff, helping them create a welcoming environment for students with disabilities. It's about ensuring every kid gets the best shot at learning. But wait, there's more. Ever thought about championing for better transportation and infrastructure? Trust me, it matters. Approachable options mean kids with disabilities can navigate their community just like everyone else. By speaking up, you're leveling the playing field. Oh, and don't underestimate the power of social media. A simple post can spark a significant change. Sharing content about disability rights and issues can raise awareness faster than you'd think. It's like lighting a fire under positive change. You're not alone in this journey. Partner up with other parents and community members. When you work together, speaking up for policy changes becomes a force to be reckoned with. Remember, numbers mean power, and by teaming up, you're making a real impact that these kids will feel now and in the future. I want to stress the importance of joining local support groups and initiatives. These groups are tackling issues that children with disabilities face every day, but our work shouldn't stop there. By making our presence felt at city council and school board meetings, we can champion the cause for more resources in our special education programs. And think about the ripple effect of hosting community events, events that spread awareness and foster a culture of support for everyone. Collaboration is another avenue. If we can work closely with our local businesses and organizations, together we can break barriers, making spaces more approachable and accommodating for everyone. Lastly, knowledge is power. By sharing resources and information about disability rights, we can empower our peers, parents, and the wider community, building a stronger environment for all. Next, let's explore how you can make a difference at the state level. It's all about connecting with the right institutions and organizations to create some profound impact. Here's the scoop. First up, ever heard of state special education advisory councils? These are the spots where you can help shape policy changes and improve special education programs. Your voice can really drive positive shifts. Then there's the State Family Care Council. Join in and you'll be right in the middle of discussions about disability-related matters. It's a chance to stand up for improved services and a better deal for families. Next, check out state councils on developmental disabilities. Here, you'll be all about promoting self-determination and getting top-notch services for individuals with developmental disabilities. It's like being part of a movement. And let's not forget about state independent living councils. These folks are all about speaking up for the rights of people with disabilities to live independently and fully engage in their communities. Your involvement can make a big difference here. Lastly, support state vocational rehabilitation agencies. They ensure individuals with disabilities have a shot at training, jobs, and the support they need. Your support can open doors for these individuals. So there you have it. You're stepping into a realm where your voice matters by getting involved with these state-level initiatives. It's all about making a tangible impact and driving positive changes for individuals with disabilities. You've got this. Let's talk about making waves on the national stage. When you're championing for change at this level, it's all about the bigger picture. Here's how you can really get in on the action. First off, have you heard about national support groups? It's like joining a team of folks who are all about disability-related policy changes. When you team up, your impact becomes so much stronger. But hey, don't forget your elected reps. Reach out to them, both locally and nationally. You've got concerns and ideas, and they're the ones who can make them known in the big leagues. Now, let's tackle the world of social media. It's like your megaphone to the masses. Use it to spread the word about disability rights, share your own stories, and show why. Change is so significant. Guess what? Media outlets can be your allies too. By sharing stories that put a human face on the challenges individuals with disabilities face, you're shedding light on why we need to fix the system. So there you have it, a blueprint for national-level support. With these tactics, you're stepping onto a stage where your voice matters. It's all about creating global change that benefits children with disabilities and their families nationwide. You're making a real impact. All right, let's chat about something special, peer mentoring. Peer mentoring is a special kind of help where people support each other because they have similar experiences. Here's why it's good. It's a special kind of help. Peer mentors understand each other well because they've been through similar things. They share experiences. Mentors and mentees have faced similar challenges, so they can give advice that fits the person's situation. They give emotional support. A peer mentor knows what it's like to face tough times, so they can offer real comfort. They give practical advice. The tips from a peer mentor are based on things they've tried and know work. They stand up for each other. Peer mentors can speak up for their mentees, asking what they need because they know what it's like. They help build a community. Peer mentoring helps people make friends and feel like they belong to a caring group. They help people feel more confident. When mentees overcome problems with their mentor's help, they believe more in themselves. So, peer mentoring is all about helping and getting help from someone who really gets it, which makes everyone involved stronger. Picture this: a support system that's one of a kind. You're not just getting advice, you're getting it from someone who's been in your shoes and really gets it. It's like a shared journey where the experiences, ups and downs, are totally relatable. And then there's the emotional backup, the kind only someone truly understands can offer. Plus, what advice do you get? It's not just theory, it's practical, actionable stuff that works. That's a biggie. It means having someone to stand up for you, to amplify your voice. It's about weaving this rich tapestry of connections and belonging that's building community. And let's not forget the confidence boost that comes with it. Each step of the way, you're gaining strength, not just in numbers, but also in spirit. That's your peer mentoring, unique, uplifting, and utterly invaluable. As we wrap up this final Parents as Leaders presentation, I'd like to share how to become an effective peer mentor. If you've ever considered becoming a peer mentor for parents with children with disabilities, let me tell you, it's one of the most rewarding paths you can choose. But like all good things, it does need some groundwork. First off, it really helps to have walked the walk. Having first-hand experience as a parent of a child with a disability offers insights that you can't get anywhere else. But don't stop there. Dive in, do your homework about the disability, and get a grasp on things like services, appointments, and learning your rights. And hey, it's always good to chat with fellow parents. Joining local support groups or hopping onto online communities can be great for sharing stories and building bonds. Thinking about the mentor part, it's not just about sharing experiences. Skills like active listening, empathy, and problem-solving really come into play. If you're wondering where to sharpen those skills, look for training programs or workshops tailored for mentorship or disability-related topics. You might want to start by volunteering with a local disability group. It's a great way to get your feet wet and connect with other parents. And always keep the conversation two-way. Feedback from your mentees can be gold, helping you refine your approach. Lastly, never stop learning. The world of disability-related issues is vast, and staying updated is key. In a nutshell, being a peer mentor is about commitment to learning, to connecting, and most importantly, to supporting. With the right tools in your arsenal, you can make a world of difference for many parents and families. Here you can see our FND family. These are the programs housed under the Family Network on Disabilities. Each program provides a unique service to a specific population. There are 3 PTI programs, funded by the U.S. Department of Education through the Office of Special Education Programs. POPN serves North Florida, PSN serves Southwest Florida, and PEN serves Southeast Florida. The Family STARE program, funded by the U.S. Department of Health under the Health Resources Services Administration, supports families of youth with special healthcare needs. FND houses the Parent-to-Parent program called P2P, which connects trained volunteer support parents with other parents to provide social and emotional support. FND also has a Special Needs Trust, where we provide families with information regarding creating and supporting a special needs trust. Here you can also see all of our socials. Make sure to follow us for the most up-to-date information and resources. You can reach us to help you and your family by calling 8008-255-736 and letting us know your needs. You'll be assigned to a staff person who can support you. Visit our website for valuable resources and more information. Did you like this presentation or our assistance? Please leave us a review. It helps us connect with more families like yours. We want to thank you for spending this time with us during this presentation. We look forward to hearing from you.